My name is Amanda Newland, and this is my honors project. For my project, I was interested in seeing if there was a relationship between sexual literacy and romantic satisfaction. Sexual literacy is how much sexual health knowledge a person has and their ability to apply that knowledge to their daily life. The idea being that if you increase someone's sexual literacy, you can decrease the likelihood that they will encounter adverse outcomes when engaging in sexual activity, such as STDs, unwanted pregnancy, and sexual violence. I was curious if there was another potential benefit from increasing someone's sexual literacy, being, can you increase someone's satisfaction in their relationship as well? Past research has shown that by increasing someone's sexual literacy, you can also increase someone's sexual satisfaction. And sexual satisfaction is well known in literature as a variable that is positively associated with relationship satisfaction. This led me to my research question, which is, does a relationship between sexual literacy and relationship satisfaction exist? If so, are they linked through sexual satisfaction? My hypothesis is that yes, there will be a relationship and sexual satisfaction will act as a mediator. In other words, as you increase someone's sexual literacy, you can increase their sexual satisfaction, which will in turn increase their romantic satisfaction. To test my hypothesis, I set up a survey. The survey had three main components: a measure for sexual satisfaction, for relationship satisfaction, and for sexual literacy. This survey was made available on UCSD's SONA website, where psychology students at UCSD could take the survey for extra credit in their psychology classes. In the end, there was a total of 514 participants. However, not all participants were currently sexually active or in a romantic relationship, which meant that these participants had to be excluded from the mediation analysis. Once those participants were excluded, we had a total of 161 participants for the main analysis. To test our mediation hypothesis, we used casual steps analysis. The first step in this analysis is to check if there is a relationship between our causational variable, sexual literacy, and our outcome variable, relationship satisfaction. No significant correlation between the two variables was found. Next was to test the relationship between the causal variable and our mediator, sexual satisfaction. Again, no significant correlation was found. The third step was to check if there is a correlation between the mediator and the outcome variable while controlling for the causal variable. You have to control for the causal variable because there is a possibility that without doing so, you would find a relationship simply because the mediator and the outcome are both caused by the causal variable. This time, we did find a significant correlation between the mediator, sexual satisfaction, and our outcome variable, relationship satisfaction. The last step is to check for mediation once again by looking at the relationship between the causal variable and the outcome, but this time control for the mediator. The idea being that if the mediator is controlled for, the relationship should no longer be significant. In this step, we also found no significant correlation between sexual literacy and romantic satisfaction. However, this is not a sign of full mediation because steps 1 and 2 were found not to be significant. This brought me to the conclusion that there is no full mediation and there is no evidence that sexual literacy is related to sexual satisfaction or relationship satisfaction. Some possible reasons for the null results could be that all of our measures were self-report measures and they could have been too short to detect any significant differences. Also, the surveys were taken at home without supervision from lab staff, which means the participants would have had access to the internet when they were taking the sexual literacy test. Or it could be that there is truly no relationship to be found. The limitations of our study were that 1, all the tests were correlational, and 2, the subject pool was limited in age range, education levels, and relationship types. Future research could try to use a true experimental design to test for a causational relationship and perhaps use more in-depth measures of the main variables.